Rondo, I finna slam dunk. Get big on you fake pumps. That pump ain't no fake pump. Bitch fell for the pump fake. Got him talking like first take. Get it right on the first take. Hit the hole in the first take.
I'm just saying it's a generalization. You know, I can't speak for everything. You know, everybody. I don't know feel me? But I'm just saying in general speaking, you know what I'm saying? In a summary, my nigga. What's up, Brandon? What's up, Kate? That don't make no motherfucking sense. Double fucking standard. Rape culture is real. You a stupid ass Rodney. Get the fuck off my live. You can get the fuck off my live. You a dumb bitch. You a bitch too. I'll send one of my niggas on. You a bitch. Talking about rape culture. I think rape culture is real. Yes, rape culture is real, you fucking retard. You a stupid ass. Get the fuck off my live, my nigga. Get the fuck off of it. Don't come back on here and comment. I'm gonna block your motherfucking ass. You a stupid bitch. Talking about you, I bet you rape culture is real. It is real, you stupid ass fucker. And I can tell you it's real because I'm a woman. That shit really, you a ignorant fuck. You a little ignorant fuck. Rape culture is real, you stupid bitch. Get the fuck off my live. And if it's anybody on this live that don't think rape culture ain't real, get the fuck off my live. That's stupid. That's stupid. But I forgot. Hey, Rodney, where you from? Where you from? You from Augusta? Did you graduate? Where you from? Did your parents graduate? Where you from? Because you sound stupid as shit. Rape culture ain't real. You a jackass. Y'all, I ain't mad. I'm just having fun with this shit. Because people, on these topics and these subjects, I love to talk about this shit. Because it shows you who people really are. How they think and how they move. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you feel like there's no rape culture. You got kids? You got a daughter? You got a daughter, Rodney? Oh, you from Cali? I got people in Cali too, my nigga. I got people in Cali too, niggas. I got people in the Bay and in Southern California, nigga. I used to live in Gardena, bitch. What's up? What's up? What's up? No, Oren, I ain't bringing nothing back. That's stupid as shit.
All right, another episode of Sit Down with Slim. How you doing today?
I'm good.
I'm glad to finally meet you.
Glad to finally meet you too, man.
First time we crossed paths, I had a couple people hit me up and said, that's who you need to interview. And I was like, man, I don't think she likes me too much, dog.
No, it ain't even like that. I'm not, if you haven't noticed after we've had our,
Oh, yeah,
I'm not even like that. It's just, what I have to learn is people, you have to, like you said, not be so emotional when you're talking about certain things. I don't really go on live and talk about subjects because, that's just it's always a crazy battlefield.
People are real ignorant too.
Okay.
That's what I know about the internet. That's why when I'm on the internet, I say my piece, and whatever they say back, I don't even get mad because it's like I can't do shit about it.
And really, it's just all it really essentially boils down to is people just saying their opinions and how they feel and what they think about whatever it is. So you just have to, like you say, let them say their piece, and if you don't, if you don't want to reply back, don't reply back.
We can agree to disagree.
Exactly.
I just got into a conversation right before you got here with my friends, and we was talking about not even necessarily racism. It was more so about like being pro-black.
Okay.
And I was telling them that their definition of being pro-black is kind of how racism even started in this country in the first place.
Okay.
And they was like, nah, that's ignorant or whatever. And I was like, nah, what y'all are saying is ignorant. Like they was like being black, we're the most superior race and whoop. And I was like, of course, I know that's how racism started.
You're right though. In essence, that's how it started because that's what they be saying that they feel like they're the Caucasians feel like they're superior.
That's how slavery started. That's how everything started. Having that mind state. And I was telling them that you can't fight hate with hate. It's just impossible.
Right.
Whenever I hear people talk about ignorant things, I always just suggest books to them. Like I told all of them, I was like, y'all need to go read Marcus Garvey. Y'all need to go read whatever book you can find on MLK.
Reading is fundamental.
Yeah.
Because And then it also, like you said, that's actually good. I'm probably gonna start doing that too because it gives a person a chance to get their own ideas and their own interpretation of what That way, they could be better equipped when they're having these discussions.
Yeah, because when you approach something and you're closed minded and you've been thinking it's one way the whole time, you're not able to learn from anyone about anything because your mind's already made up.
And that's the key word: being open. Open, not even open mouth, but just being open to it. Just being open to a different perspective. That's just in everyday life though. With anything, it could be about shoes or the sky. Like you say, when people they're not open to just even considering a different path or a different way of thinking or a different perspective of it. It's just like people say, you're talking to a brick wall. So
and you have to be open on things. you have no choice
in order to try to get an understanding. If you don't know something and you're not open to understanding, then what we talking about? What we doing?
I did a video like 2 weeks ago. It was about racism, and I basically was talking about why black people can't be racist. Nobody was even trying to hear that shit nor listen to me. I made a post about it. That shit had like 200 comments. They was like, black people can't be racist and you're racist? And I'm like, damn. I'm like, you're not even understanding my point of view. My point of view is that it's... Yeah, I think it's more so it's systematic. So
I get it.
Black people, it's impossible to be racist when you make up 12% of the population.
I get you.
It's just impossible. It's impossible for me to be a minority and be like, hey, I'm going to hold you back and I'm going to oppress you for 100 years and make it where you can't own land, you can't go to a good school system, things like that. It's just impossible. Like me sitting around calling a white person a fucking racial slur, it doesn't do anything. Like nothing. I'm just sitting there, I'm ignorant, I'm stupid, and I'm not making no money off of it. I'm not blocking nobody from nothing. It's just pure ignorance and pure hate. But when you create a system and you make up laws like you can't drink out a fucking water fountain that I drink at, or you can't shit in the same toilet as me, now that's different.
It's crazy that we're talking about this part right here. I just finished this quarter. I had statistics, and I had American history after 1865. After 1865, that's when they abolished slavery and all that stuff. Don't quote me on the year. But one of the things was, man, I can't. Now I love history, but I'm not good with dates and all that. But I can talk about the subject.
Yeah.
But they had black codes when we first freed slaves. They had black codes though, to where you saying you can't. Okay, y'all free, but you can't own land.
Yeah.
You can't go vote and it's what was it? Black people couldn't go to court and accuse or say a white person did it. Like they couldn't go against a white person.
Yeah, civil court.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, that goes back to even then. Maybe people are saying about the racism part, as far as black people can't be racist, and they feel like no, they can. Maybe they're saying that for the technicality of it. Maybe because when you were talking about it, I'm like, okay, technically yes, I guess in a sense I could see where they would maybe be coming from, where no, that's being racist. But like you're saying, as far as being a minority, it's kind of important. You know what I mean? So I get that. That's crazy.
Yeah. And that's it. If they would think about it just a little more open minded, and that's why I said it in the post. I said something about the definition changing, because I really feel like the definition has changed over the years. Like when we was in school, I could have swore the definition was about systematic oppression. Now it's about one race feeling superior over another race, and it's like, damn, when the hell this definition came up?
It's just like certain words in our vocabulary, like the word awful. At a certain point, awful didn't mean awful. It didn't mean bad. It meant something good.
Yeah.
Everything, like you said, everything after a certain while it changes.
Yeah.
The meaning changes for certain things after a while. So yes, I get that. Yeah. They ain't trying to see that new meaning of what racism,
And the new meaning, I get it also, but that has to be more so prejudice, though.
Yeah, it can be.
Because prejudice is hating someone for no reason, and that's basically what this new meaning
discrimination,
is.
basically. Yeah.
It's all the same thing.
And a lot of words, in essence, mean the same thing. You know what I mean? I was trying to tell somebody that manipulating and persuasion, like being manipulative and being persuasive, is kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's just two different words. It's just two different. It's the same thing though because
one is dressed up nice, the other one is straightforward.
I said that. I'm like, yo, I'm like to persuade. That's like you know how you got like ratchet, but you got like maybe a more politically correct term to use instead of using a ratchet term. It's the same thing. Like manipulation is kind of ratchet term, whereas persuade is like the little term that they, like you say, coded, and it's really the same thing.
The shirt and tie versus the crew neck version.
You know what I'm saying? You're basically convincing someone to do something or say something. That's manipulation, persuade. That's the same thing. I was trying to tell somebody that, so that's crazy. How she sees this.
It's all just one big social construct, though.
Yeah.
We all came up with all these words, so we make them whatever we want them to be.
Especially after a while, like you said. Yeah. It all starts to change.
And nowadays, I feel like everyone is super left wing, and that's why when I was on your live, that's all I was talking about. Everyone's super left wing, and all these new terms people are coming up with are fairly new. Like, they come up with things like the words I hate the most, and I know you're probably going to disagree with this. I hate that word toxic. I cannot stand that shit.
Why?
Because it's like, I don't even know who the first person was that came up with that word. But I wish they never did, because now everyone's using it. Like, I got to get rid of the toxic shit in my life. This is toxic. That's toxic.
Toxic behavior. Toxic.
And then they came up talking about masculinity is toxic. I'm like, how the hell is masculinity toxic?
Nah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. Because then in that case, it's like, well, is femininity toxic? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I agree.
That's what I said. I got into a mean debate about that shit too. It was on somebody's podcast. It wasn't on mine. It was on somebody's podcast I did, and they was talking about toxic masculinity. And I don't know why. Whenever I had debates with people, they get the name calling like always, because I never lose my cool. I never like none of that shit. But they'll be like, you know what your problem is? You're a caveman. You're just a man's man.
Oh.
I'm like, what? I'm like,
nah. A man's man.
Yeah.
I wonder what they meant by that.
Oh, I get that all the time.
A man's man. What do people mean when they refer?
When they refer to me as a man's man, it's one of those things like, I'm not really with, like, I'm fine with people being different, but some things I feel like need to be traditional.
I get it. Okay.
Like, skinny jeans. I don't fuck with the skinny jeans.
Yeah.
But it's like, I got a brother that wears skinny jeans. That's fine if that's what you want to do.
Right.
Nose rings. Okay, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. Now, when niggas start getting perms and shit, and they start painting fingernails, I'm like, come on, bro. And wearing dresses and blouses.
And they do.
Yeah. I'm like, bro, this shit going too far, dog. The nose ring, all right. You know what I'm saying?
Tupac had a nose ring and he was a
They always say that too.
I mean,
and see, I'm a huge Tupac fan. Nobody's a bigger Tupac fan than me, but I understand the dynamics of Tupac. Like Tupac wasn't just one person; he was multiple people. So
yes, that's how I feel. I feel like I'm multiple. I'm not just. I have very many different hats I wear, man. Because like, if you were to talk to somebody that I work with a 9 to 5, they probably like, she does music, or because I'm a certain way at work.
I can tell that about you already too.
I just feel like certain you have to be a certain way according to what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You don't, like, I'm not going to be ratchet and using ebonics and slang when I'm in a certain setting. That's retarded.
That's funny you say that. My homeboy said I speak ebonics, but keep going.
I do too, all the time, every day, all day.
Yeah,
but
he said I do it at all times. I don't know how to turn it off.
But see, you gotta kind of just in my
I don't feel
opinion,
that way though.
In my opinion, I feel like in certain settings that I've been in, and because I can tell the difference when somebody talks like that, whereas somebody talks like the proper diction and enunciation and all of that stuff. It's depending on the setting, they take you a certain way.
Yeah.
Maybe in a more so Caucasian setting, if you will, I know speaking with the correct, they take you more serious. You know what I mean? They're locked in. But when you come in there and you like dare that all, and yeah man, and you doing all that, they like
yeah. Next.
Depending on what's going on, you know what I'm saying? Because certain settings, I can talk how I want to talk, and they're Caucasian, and they it's not no thing. You know what I mean? They're not making me feel devalued or belittled because I'm just kind of using my little slang. So yeah, it's.
So why do you think black people call talking proper speaking white?
Because that's how white people usually, I guess, mostly talk. But that's why I say use the correct diction and pronunciation, and because again, white people, that's how they talk. They like Wiz Khalifa. Wiz Khalifa, he's right there, and he just talks very
okay.
Yeah. He says he won't say I'm sitting. I'm
hits
sitting.
Every syllable
Yeah.
I mean?
So, but maybe they refer to it as speaking proper as to white, because that's how they always talk. They speak that way, but it's not necessarily speaking proper. It's just speaking correctly. It's speaking
and that's how I feel.
Pronunciation and the proper,
Of course, this is how I'm going to talk. Like,
right.
How else am I supposed to talk?
Yeah.
You're supposed to. You want people to understand what you're saying.
And that's why I say, depending on the setting, they take you, because you need to get your, you need to get your message, what you're trying to say, across, so they can understand it. If I'm speaking all this diction and maybe slang, they might not know what the hell I'm talking about. And especially if you're trying to handle business. Come on, man. I mean, certain, you have to conduct yourself in a certain way. Because I guarantee you, T.I. don't go into those big, places doing those things, speaking, a certain way. I guarantee he don't do that. I guarantee it. And again, that's just to make sure that you're getting, your point across, your message across. They're understanding it. They're hearing it. It's not necessarily being fake or changing or nothing like that. It's just,
that's another thing. They think you change when you start using correct words. Or you say a simple word and they say, man, stop using all those big words. And it'll be a simple word like anxiety.
Or fluctuate.
Because you know how black people are when you start talking about their mental health, it's over with. They like, oh, how you going to diagnose me with this? Ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm like, nah, bro.
That's a whole nother topic, man, that you got to cover. You need to get somebody up here. Y'all talk about it. That's a whole
the
other
mental
topic.
Health thing?
Yes. I just linked up with the VA. I'm a veteran, prior Navy. I just linked up with the VA to get some counseling. My little brother passed away last year on Father's Day, and I watched him take his last breath. So I've been dealing with it, but I need to speak to somebody. You know what I'm saying? I need to kind of mend, and I need help with that. Some things you can't just do it all on your own. You need the proper help. You know what I'm saying? People that are more trained in it than you are, because I don't know everything, you know what I'm saying? Nobody really does.
Yeah.
So, and that's what you do. You use those resources to try to help you. It's not, it's a stigmatism on black people, getting counseling or psychiatrists or therapy. And then, but at the same time, I mean, I don't know the statistics, but it doesn't seem like we're killing ourselves necessarily or committing suicide more than the Caucasian or any other race.
Yeah.
We deal with it. I think that's just embedded in us from our past, as far as how we deal with things, and we can endure.
It comes from always having to be strong and feeling like you're capable of handling anything.
And that I feel like that comes from just even from back then, like just the whole
generations
lineage.
on generations.
You know what I'm saying? It's been passed down to be strong. So, and I really want men though. To really start, because women are they're more, a little more open to it. It's the men that I feel like they be like, nah, I don't need, because they don't even want to go to the doctor.
Yeah, that's true. Before I even get on the mental health thing about the women thing, that's super true. I got a couple podcast episodes where I'm like bashing a couple things women do, and they was calling me a male chauvinist, and I was like, no, one thing you got to know about me, I grew up, I was raised by a woman, a single mom, and I love women.
Yeah.
And nowadays, the crazy thing about it is, of course, it's a lot of things that's in the limelight that's, make women look bad.
Yeah.
But overall, women are getting better. If you look at those college numbers, it's nothing but women in college with degrees.
At those business statistics as far as
so many women entrepreneurs,
Man.
Yes.
Man, and you see what, everybody, y'all see what's going on, even with, like, we have a black mayor now. A lot of black women are running for office. They're getting chances. I mean, I'm not even gonna go into that though. That's I feel a whole nother way about politics with black people.
Oh yeah, politics is always a deep one. We'll sit here and talk for like 3 days talking about politics. But yeah, as far as mental health goes, people definitely need to educate themselves on it, because a lot of people don't even, like, when they hear the term mental health, they instantly start thinking about like some super psychotic person that's just going crazy. It's like, we all need our mental health evaluated though.
Because I feel like everybody goes through things, and
Yeah.
you don't have to go through
It's
nothing
about how you
necessarily something real dramatic, but certain things affect you a certain way, and sometimes you need a little extra help to kind of learn how to deal and cope with it. Because maybe they might give you some sort of resources or techniques to help cope with it that you knew nothing about, and they actually helped you. You know what I mean? So just gotta be open to it. Like you said, they have to kind of educate themselves on it so they can understand that it's not nothing bad.
And a lot of self-evaluation and self-reflection.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are scared to look themselves in the mirror and admit what's really wrong. Because it's just like having a drug addiction. As soon as you figure out that something is wrong and you seek the help, things will get a lot better.
From that point on, somebody actually told me one time, a couple years ago, we were friends at the time, and they said, I don't feel like I'm where I should be.
Mm-hmm.
And just even when you're saying self-reflection, just even not even on a mental note, but just in life, you have to self-reflect. You're not where you want to be. You got to look in that mirror. What have you? Literally, we're in this moment right now, seconds to the seconds, because of choices and decisions we made. Again, this is our first time really meeting in person and stuff. And again, this is because of certain things that happen. Certain decisions, certain words, certain conversations. You have to take responsibility for what you did or contributed to where you are.
Yeah.
So yeah.
A lot of people don't take accountability for shit though. It's always somebody else's fault. The white man holding me back, my crazy baby mama.
I hope you look back at this podcast, man. You got a lot of topics, man, going forward, because that's a whole nother accountability. You need to do one on it. That's a whole nother, I feel like, set that you need to do. Because and as we get older, you think it would be more so people doing that, but it's not. Nobody wants to be to blame. Is what it really boils down to. Whether it's something that, pertaining to you or something pertaining to somebody else. Nobody want to be blamed for shit. But that's just the name of the game.
That's what makes it hard dealing with people, though.
Yeah.
Because everybody is so different and so unique.
Yeah.
And it's like, you have to deal with what they dealt with in their past. Like we was talking about time management earlier. That's what it is. Like you meet someone and you can tell like, oh, you have no structure. That's something from your past that you never worked on. And it's like you try not to dig so deep into that, but that's what it is at the end of the day.
Especially, even like you say, we're just dealing with people, but especially in relationships, when you're dealing with somebody, not saying that they're not supposed to come with that they come with baggage or whatever, but everybody has their own little things. Some people are dealing with them in a worse way than others, but like you say, they still have to understand where a person comes from if you're gonna deal with them. So, because sometimes people haven't got over that hump or champion that feat that they're facing. You know what I mean? But you have to give them time if you're gonna deal with them. You have to understand it and help them get to that point.
Figure out what you're willing to deal with.
And that's something too. People have to understand too. If somebody don't want to deal with what you got going on, you can't get mad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I had to learn that. That's a personal. I had to learn that. Just because somebody don't want to deal with you, friends, lover, family, anything, any type of relationship, business, if they don't want to deal with you, it's just like when people, the same thing what they say, everybody has something to say. They're going to say something good about you or bad about you. Yeah. Those type of things you just have to deal with, and it is what it is. Don't take it personal necessarily. It's not an attack on you, or belittling you or anything if they don't want to fuck with you no more. It's just sometimes people are in certain places in their lives. You see what I'm saying? That they can't cater to what you got going on or really deal with it or have it near them because of what they have going on. Okay. You just got to be understanding of all parts involved.
Yeah. But that sounds more like being compatible with someone also too, though.
That too, shit. Yeah. That's what all this stuff is. All this stuff is. I think it's dope that we keep bouncing. All this stuff is tied. I notice all this stuff is tied. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's dope.
I actually say that's how a conversation always is supposed to go. Like that's how I center my podcast. I don't want it to be the traditional. So you were 9 when you started doing music,
right?
When you were 12, this happened. Right.
So what's your story?
Yeah. Every once in a while, you'll catch me slipping, and I'll ask a boring question, but besides that, nah, I need a conversation with some substance in it.
It helps warm it up too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's how
I
it
think
goes.
it's dope.
But yeah, people really do need to get their mental health evaluated. I see a lot of people try to self-diagnose themselves and self-medicate, and it takes them down that wrong fucking path.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm a self-medicator. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. It all depends, like the severity of the situation and what's going on. Like if it's something like something you deal with and you're able to cope with it, and you smoke weed and then you feel a little better after it, that's fine. But if it's something deep down that's really bothering you, because things affect people like totally different.
Exactly.
Because like some people have family issues and it'll fuck their whole life up. Someone like me, it'll be some family issues and it doesn't bother me whatsoever. Growing up, I was real ignorant to that though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took me. Took me a while.
Explain.
Like it'll be things that happen in my family, and to me it's nothing. I don't give a damn. But to my family members, it's a big, huge deal. And I was always like, man, y'all tripping. Y'all need to get over this. I was that person. It took me a while to realize, like, damn, bruh, you are a little cold-hearted. You need to, like, you don't care about a lot of shit that other people care about. Because I don't. I have to admit that.
And also that just goes to show a point of just because you feel like it's not a big deal doesn't mean, that person doesn't. That's like you can slap somebody. That wasn't nothing.
Yeah.
You just, but they're like, oh my God, you have to be, aware and cognitive of how they may feel. It might not be a big deal to you, but it might be a big deal to them. And depending on what it is, it can go left. So sometimes you have to take that moment to, again, like we've been talking about.
Every action has a reaction.
Be open and be, open to understanding and seeing somebody else's side, how they feel.
Yeah, I'm actually working on that. Because it's a lot of things, especially when you're dealing with women.
Yeah.
Women are complicated creatures.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, and the way they handle things, the way they deal with things. Totally
different the way men deal with them.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah, they get angry. I'm gonna be honest though. Recently, in these last couple years of my life, I've been meeting men that secretly deal with things the exact same way as women. Like literally to the point where I'll be around a man and he'll get the acting out of character, and I'll be like, oh, I know how to deal with this because I've seen this from a woman before. Seriously, like I've been seeing that a lot lately.
I know I've seen firsthand guys that kind of did stuff like, like I say, reacted like in a female way. It's like, you a whole guy.
Especially now we got social media, you can see it every day. Like, they get into it with their girlfriend and they post the screenshots. It's like, that's supposed to be the other way around, bro.
Is it from the younger crowd?
I think it's everyone.
Okay.
Honestly, because I got people on my social media that's like in their late 30s.
Yeah.
And they still doing shit like that.
Yeah.
That shit gross too, because it's like, your kids in high school.
Hey, you paving the way right now.
Your kids in high school and they follow you and they see you posting screenshots of their dad or something.
They gonna think it's okay.
On Father's Day, you posting deadbeat dad, this and that, woo. It's like, damn, you still had a baby with that person.
That's the one thing that I feel I praise women on it, or men if it's the opposite way. Mm-hmm. But most time it's the women. I praise them if they don't like bash the guy, because you don't want to,
especially publicly.
You just think about what the child. You know what I mean? Like, cause I think about when I was a kid growing up and certain things that I seen at a certain time. But now that I'm an adult, like, it's like, okay, the mind, like, okay, I see why they say certain things with the whole kids and all of that. Yeah. Certain things you can't do because it can harm or distort their view for instance, I don't really have a good relationship with my grandmother. Mm-hmm. If I was to ever have a kid, I would never like keep my kid away from her though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Maybe that's in the fate of it all of our lives for her to maybe make up with the child. Maybe, try to what do they call the word I'm looking for right now. Redeem.
Yeah.
Maybe that's their way of redeeming with. Because sometimes even with Jada, I don't know if you watch Red Table Talk, but
yeah, I do.
Her mom, like Jada's mom, dealt with some crazy shit with her grandma. But when Jada stayed with the grandma, which is the mom's mom, she didn't deal with, it was kind of like she probably understood and seen what she did wrong, was able to redeem and rectify those.
I know, exactly the episode you're talking about too. That sounded more like she had started to mature. Me and my homeboy, we talk about it all the time, like how our parents was like real hard on us, and
but
how
the baby kid, the
baby
brother,
kid, like,
you know what I'm saying? They don't.
Even crazier than that, like our parents were hard on us, and then we have kids, and we're soft on our kids.
Yeah,
and it's like, dang. We're making up for our parents' mistake with our kids,
that
but
too.
is it really making up for the mistake if like that's also hurting the kid because we're too soft on them?
That too, and see, that depends on the dynamic of what it is.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, I think with Jada and her grandmother and the mom, I think it was more so of a protection thing, and kind of because she did the mom divulge some things that happened.
Yeah.
So I think it was more on a motherly, like you didn't protect me type of thing. But then it could be just something small, like you didn't do this right as a parent. Something small, not necessarily too significant.
Everyone is different too. Everyone takes things differently. Like I know when I was growing up, my mom could say anything to me and I'll be fine. she could raise her voice at my brothers and they'll feel like the world is crashing down.
See, yeah, and they parents say they're like, especially if they have multiple kids, each child is different. Like you have to kind of raise them not raise them differently, but you have to maneuver with them differently because of like you say, your one brother would cry, whereas you wouldn't even cry. So your mom probably had to deal with your brother. You know what I'm saying? A certain way with certain things. And
also, I feel like even though we was brothers, we all was raised differently still.
See, yeah.
It was weird. Like, it was just weird.
Yeah, but parents say that because we're not, we grow up to be our person. Mm-hmm. So you have to kind of cater to that and help nourish who this person is becoming. So that may, I might have to do something over here that I don't have to do with John over here. You know what I'm saying? See, your ass is bad. I'm gonna have to.
But yeah, and I also think parenting styles is for it's based off of their life experiences. Because like we were just talking about the military earlier.
Yeah.
And I felt like my mom parenting styles and her husband was because they were in the army and like they brung that shit home. Like he was a drill sergeant, so like sometimes he might give me a whooping and I'll just stand there like whatever, bro.
Yeah.
And he'll be like, you know what? All right. And then I wake up in the morning. It's like he'll be waking me up at like 4:30 in the morning. Like come on, you about to go run these laps.
Yep.
Because like I'll get in trouble at school or something, and I'll say something smart to him like, oh, I'm joining. Nah, I'll be like. I'm going to the NBA anyway, so this school shit don't matter.
Yeah.
And he'll be like, oh, okay, I got something for you. And it's like, bro, I'm not no soldier, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bro, you can put me on punishment. I ain't no soldier. Like,
it's funny because I ain't gonna lie. I know it's certain things that because I don't want to necessarily whip my children. And I'm like, well, if I don't, because I gotta discipline. I'm like, you gotta put your rod down. Well, I'm gonna do it. And it's military things that I could do.
Yeah.
That could substitute.
But do you think you got that from being in the military though? From feeling like that's the way you discipline someone?
No.
With strict punishments.
Not in that sense. No.
Because the military definitely has strict punishments.
Yeah.
Super strict.
Yeah. Not in that sense. Like I said, it will be more in the sense of I don't want to whoop my beat my whoop my kids necessarily. So it's like okay, I gotta get a substitute. It's kind of more in that sense. But it's not in like. I dealt with this in the military, so yeah, it wasn't really like that. Nah.
So how was your experience in the military?
It was cool. I hated it. I hated the military.
What did you hate about it though?
I'm a free spirit. I'm a free soul. Free souls. I don't have anything against authority, but the issue with people in authority is they don't know how to lead.
Yeah.
They don't know how to talk to people. They don't know how to
treat
treat people.
I talk about it all the time. Boss versus a leader.
You know what I'm saying? Like.
And that's their first time being in leadership positions and they don't know how to handle it. They take it to the head.
Or a lot of times, and we, like military people, maybe you've heard this, a lot of times these people be on the outside before they got in the military and was like a lame or a little square or somebody got beat up. Most get in that military and just be talking to people, treat people. I heard my senior chief. He was like one of the few black senior chief petty officers in the Navy. He was an electrician. I was an electrician. I heard him tell one of my shipmates. He was an EM3 trim. Shout out to trim sales. He told him, and if you remember this, I want you to comment on this thing. But he told him, I forgot what he did wrong. He started out with, da-da-da-da, and Scott was like, Trim was like, yes, yes, senior, because, senior chief, he was like, yes, senior. Senior chief petty officer. He was like, okay. Because that's, we usually call you senior, whether we're in trouble or not, call you senior. So it's like, he's like, okay, senior chief petty officer. And he's like, he told this man, he said, you know why I'm going to do it? He told him because I can. I was so taken aback. Yeah. I never witnessed that in person. Somebody like saying some shit like that to somebody, really feeling like you got the audacity, like, you know what I'm saying? You got the audacity and you really feel like you can
It's a power trip. That's all that shit is. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you gonna sit there and tell that man that you gonna do it just because you can. Like, that was just, it was crazy to me. I was like, oh my God, I gotta get out of the Navy. I gotta get out. They gonna kill me. They gonna destroy me because I ain't folded. I'm not, with me, I was somewhat of a target because they seen that they couldn't, you're not gonna talk to me no kind of way. I'll do whatever you want me to do. I'll do it all day. You want me to do the dirtiest, whatever it is, I'll do it. But you don't have to talk to me in a certain way to where it's belittling or demeaning or like I'm a child or a dog. Yeah. Again, I feel like that's a part of your leadership that you don't have. You don't, if people understand when you lead people or if you're in charge, CEO, anything like that, when you treat your people good who work under you or, doing things for you, how you want to classify that? When you treat them good, do right by them, when things does get hard or it's like we got to be up to 4 and I got to get up at, when it's something like hard that they have to do, they wouldn't necessarily mind because you've been such a good leader. You've done right by them.
It's a trust thing.
You know what I'm saying? But when you doing all that fuck shit and you want me to do some extra, no, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Whereas if you was, you that motherfucking nigga and you doing everything how you supposed to do and they're like, you know what? Damn, this some fucked up shit, but I got you. Yeah. I got her because she be, she hold it down. She make sure.
I'm a ride with it this time.
Because I was an E3 in the Navy. That's a 3rd class petty officer, and I had people up under me, and it was certain things that it's like, okay, I was like, look, I'm gonna handle this. Y'all just handle that. That way, y'all can go ahead and go home. And you know what I mean? Or y'all fucked up, but I'm gonna take the. I mean, that's a part of being a leader. Because in the end, when you are in control, like if you're responsible for whatever, and some people's on, you're gonna be the one that's is being held to anyway. So why not just work the situation out to where everybody is on one accord, and you know what I'm saying? You just move forward. But people don't know how to lead. They don't know how to talk to people. They don't know how to treat people.
They don't know how to lead from the front line either.
None of that. Like, they want it so bad. They want to be in charge, but they don't know how to be in charge. Mm-hmm. I don't. A lot of these situations, I just take from it. What I wouldn't and would do. And I'm glad I experienced a lot of the stuff. The Navy it was a good. Not necessarily a good disciplinary thing, because I'm still me. They didn't change shit. But
just an experience.
It was a great experience because I got tools that I need to use in life. Mm-hmm. That I could never, I may not have ever picked up those tools. Like, for instance, I can change out electrical. Like, I can go do electrical work at somebody's house. Nothing big, not doing the whole house. But,
not no electrical wiring.
A little bit, just depending on what it is. Okay, yeah. It can't be nothing too extensive. I didn't get that far. I was only 4 years in, and I didn't do really no more electrical work after that. Too funny. So, but it gave me a lot of tools that I was able to use now as an adult, especially now as an adult, a professional. So,
especially
I don't
the
regret
experience
it.
You get from working with people.
I work with people that never met a black person before. Yeah. And you hear about it, but you don't never. But they was like, nah, I never I never met no black people till I joined the Navy. Like,
probably didn't even think about it neither.
I never knew what a Filipino was.
Yeah.
Or I didn't know it was a I didn't know it was a ethnic. I didn't know, but they're Asians. You know what I'm saying? They're Asian. But I didn't know what a Filipino was. I'm like, a Filipino? What's that? And then you also get a chance to work under different types of leadership too.
Yeah.
So you have a little flexibility, especially when you come out into the real world. You have a little flexibility. You're more adaptive. You know.
How is that transition going from being a sailor to being a everyday citizen?
I love it.
I'm saying, was it rough for you to get used to though?
Not really. That's what I'm saying, because I was in the military. You know, it's really 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? That work it made my work ethic even better.
Okay.
So you know, I'm a hard worker.
Were you doing music before you went into the military?
Yeah. I didn't make any like official songs, but I've been writing music since I started writing poetry at 10. I started writing my first like raps or songs at 15. So I didn't take my music or my talent serious. Sometimes you grow up a certain way to where that's not really a thing. You know what I mean? It's like, you need to find a real job. You don't feel like it's possible. Yeah, like you need to find a real job. Be reasonable. Like what they said, be realistic. Mm-hmm. You know, so you know, and you're like
a lawyer.
They like, that ain't gonna do it. Rapping, you ain't music. You know, especially then. I remember my cousin. I was so excited about doing, you know, writing my music and stuff. And I remember my cousin had told me not to tell her mom, who is my cousin, but she's kind of like an aunt because she's so older than me. Mm-hmm. She took care of me at one point when I was growing up. She was like, no, just don't say anything about it. Like, and I'm just like, why not? Later on, I end up understanding. We never talked about that afterward, but later on, I ended up understanding that I love them. I love y'all. If y'all see this. But they're judgmental. They're judgmental, and I think she was trying to avoid.
Are they very religious?
Yes.
Okay.
My cousin's husband is a minister. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I completely understand now.
Yeah. So I think she was just trying to avoid maybe a disappointment from my end as far as how they would have reacted. So,
basically trying to protect you.
I think that's what she was. Of course, I think that's what she was doing. And I'm just like, why not?
How was your music back then, though?
What do you mean?
Like, what kind of music were you making? Was it like a lot of cussing?
Yeah, it's still the same. It's still that.
Oh, okay.
It's still cussing. It's gonna always be some cussing in that thing. That's how I release. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I can sit down and have an intellectual conversation with you and not use one cuss word. Use big words at that. Yeah. Or I can use some ebonics, some slang, and a whole bunch of cuss words. You know? Being in the Navy made me, cuss like a sailor. Yeah. It's true. Drink like a sailor. Yeah, it's true. I don't drink that much no more. But, at that point, I was alcoholic back then. Yes, sir.
I don't know. Alcoholic is a strong word because I drank too.
I was.
Like every day?
I didn't like the military. I was miserable. So.
What were you drinking?
Anything. Like, that's like, it was bad. Like, man, we would, especially like on deployment, I was on a smaller boat, which is like a DDG, what they call a DDG, a destroyer. Mm-hmm. It holds about 300 people. And then you got like aircraft carriers that holds 5,000, which is like the amount of a small city. Anyway, I was on a small boat, so we would pull in the port often because we were smaller. The big boats can't pull in that often because we're going, they too big, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. They go too deep in the shallow water or whatever. So we would pull in all the time, and every time we pull in, I got drunk till I couldn't drink no more. Even when we was in port and it was just regular going to work, going to the dock.
You don't get seasick when you drunk?
Well, when we would be drunk, we wouldn't necessarily be on the boat. You know what I mean? Like, when we would be drunk, like, we're out in town. Mm-hmm. So what happens is you pull into a port. You may stay there from 3 or shorter to maybe 5 days. And so again, we're not really drunk on the boat. All that drink should be when you go out into wherever you at. You go out into that town and start experiencing that shit, and you get fucked up. It's been times where we had to I remember, I forgot her name, but I remember we had to carry like a chick, like somebody had her arms, somebody had her legs, because we used to get Anybody in the Navy or used to be in the Navy, any of my old shipmates, Chubb, I don't know if you see this, Montesir, y'all see this joint, y'all remember, y'all know I used to get fucked up.
I'm not getting drunk on no boat.
But see, that's what I'm saying, we wouldn't be, you know, like, again,
No,
it's
I'm
not
saying like
boat.
the hangover when you get back on the boat from when you dock in the city. I'll be so sick on the water. I don't think I could do it.
It was times to where so every morning, every morning you have to go to what they call muster. You have to go. You got to check in. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning. It was to the point where you come back that night, had a hangover. You go over there, get your muster at 7 o'clock. As soon as that's like, yo, I gotta go lay down. I gotta go lay down. And they'll let you, you know, especially if it wasn't nothing going on. Or sometimes they ain't had no choice. They would have to, because it's like, yeah, you gotta go lay down. Yeah. You can't come out
you
here.
Look sick.
Because if the captain come, you know, or somebody important see you, we all in trouble. So, yeah, man. But the Navy was a good experience. I wouldn't take it back. I wouldn't regret it. I would do it again. But it just wasn't for me. The military isn't for everybody. I don't like the control that they have over you. They'll tell you, I only have to give you 4 hours of sleep. You're government's property. I'm God's property. I don't.
Government's property. That's crazy.
I can't. I wish I had I can't lie about this. Like they told us this. They was like, your government's property. We only got to give you 4 hours of sleep. Like they'll tell you, you know, like what they got, like what they can do, and how they got this control. I can't deal with that. I can't. You're not gonna sit here and tell me whether or not I can get a tattoo on myself. It's my body. If I want to get a tattoo, I want to get a tattoo. Now, if you have certain type of regulations for that, I understand that it's a job. But they basically it's like you have to go and like get it approved to just even get a tattoo, like
anywhere.
Well, you can't, of course, get on your face and stuff like that. But if it's on an approved space, you still got to get it approved by them.
Oh, that's crazy.
I can't. That's what I'm saying. Like, I could get, certain, little regulations like, okay, don't have it on your face or neck, or, no vulgar. Okay. But just the fact that I want one and you got to tell me whether or not I can get one, even if it's in all your little regulations, you
make you feel like a kid, right?
Again, you're not going to talk to me like, that's the whole, and then they like, brainwash you in a sense. And see, I wasn't
growing up. That's what I always said. That's what I always said. With people that were in the military, especially if they was in there too long, it's the same.
Look at here.
It's the same as being institutionalized in prison.
For real.
It's the same thing.
I tell people getting out the military, depending on what you got going on, it's kind of like getting out of jail too.
Yeah.
You don't really have nothing. Like you got to start all over.
These folks gave you somewhere to live. They gave you something to eat. They told you where to live, how to live there. So now you got to get out on your own, and you like. Shit, your first power bill, you looking like power bill. What the fuck is this? A power bill? I ain't never had no power bill before. Especially you going young and you never got to experience life yet.
And you don't know really how to, because like I was 19 when I joined. If I would have understood, like you say, I would have made sure I set something up, for when I got out. I didn't, I didn't set nothing up. So when I got out, I had money, but you know what I mean? Like I ran through that shit.
Yeah.
I ran through that.
Fast,
quit, man, quit.
You ain't buy no Camaro, no Challenger, did you?
But I was living in San Diego at the time. I stayed in California. The cost of living. I ain't in the mental know the cost of living out there is high. So
how long did you stay there after you got out?
Like a year.
Okay.
I stayed like a year, maybe a year and a half. And then I came back to Georgia.
Augusta?
When I first came back, I moved to Smyrna with my cousin.
Okay. You from Augusta though, right?
Born and raised.
How long you been out here in Atlanta?
I got back officially to Atlanta, living here last October.
How you feel about the music scene in Augusta versus Atlanta? Because I got an interesting take on it.
I feel like the music scene is coming together nicely in Augusta. I feel like remember I told you, I'm like, we was talking about all that stuff. I'm like, yeah, I know of him. And I know who, I know who V-Class is, and we're sitting here, we from, so I'm like, damn, we really, Augusta music scene is starting to really thrive.
Yeah.
So I think it's, thriving and it's on its way up. I think in a couple years, hopefully sooner, but I think in a couple years, we're definitely going to have some sort of artist to break through. It's a lot of talent. A lot of people talented in Augusta. The Atlanta scene is very oversaturated. It's a bunch of pay to play.
Yeah. That's how I feel too.
And even if it's not, I was just telling Quay and them that I was trying to book this venue, and they were like, well, you know, can you bring out this many people? I'm like, nope. I was like, nope. I replied back real quick. As soon as I read it, nope. And, well, can you do this amount? No. I'm at the point where I'm trying to gain fans.
Yeah.
They never even responded back. And I'm just like, well, I mean, could it at least been a pay to play? I would at least pay. But they didn't even respond back. And it's like, well, okay. I guess my thing, though, is the fact that just saying if I was, God willing, I make what I, make it or do what I need to do. I'm not coming in y'all venue. I'm not working for nothing. You ain't even, at least you could have like, well, pay $10 or pay $25 or $50, whatever, your price is. But, if you want to perform, hey, you can't bring out this many people, well, at least pay this amount, you know what I'm saying? You can come perform. Because a lot of times that's how they'll do it, like either bring this amount or pay this, you know what I'm saying? And when because again, like I told you, I just started back doing my music. So I'm back on the ground of building up everything. So
it's a rough process too.
And I need those type of just opportunities. Again, if I need to pay, if I feel like that's what I need to do, I'll do it. If not, I'll say, okay, I'm cool. But they didn't even give an option, and I just thought that was whack. You know what I'm saying?
Man, Quay and them did a showcase off of Edgewood the other night, and I was in there and I just was looking around, and I actually did a podcast with Jam, and he was telling me about the scene in Atlanta, and I didn't get it at the time. He was like, yeah, the difference between Atlanta and somewhere like Augusta. He was like, I'll go to one of Quay and them shows in Augusta, and there'll be a lot of people there just chilling, having a good time. He was like, in Atlanta, everybody in the crowd does something. If they're not a rapper, they're a videographer. If they're not a videographer, they're a photographer. They're a dancer. They're a songstress.
All of that. Everybody's doing
movie producer out there looking for a rapper to turn to an actor. It might be an actor in there want to start directing. It's like I noticed that in that crowd because when we walked in, I was like, damn, it's a lot of people here. Then I started looking around. And I was like, oh, half these people here are artists. And then I started looking around some more. I was like, okay. Another chunk is photographers.
Yep.
I'm like, damn, everybody does something out there.
Yep.
So it's like, that's a weird ass crowd. Like, do you gain a following from that crowd? Or do you just network to do features and songs or something?
I focus on networking. If I gain somebody that's dope, good, cool. But right now I'm focusing on networking to get my music further. So, and my movement further. So I'm just focused on networking. And then in that networking, I done met so many artists. Mm-hmm. I mean, like you say, it's producers, it's videographers. I mean, and it's actually dope because you get a little plethora of options for when if you need to utilize some of them. Mm-hmm. But like you say, it's like, okay, well, if that is the case, or all these people in here are artists and doing stuff, how I'm going to gain the actual fan base. Like, how I'm going to gain the actual fan base. I mean, and they could become fans, but like you say, they're doing their own thing too, so they're not really finna, just depends, but so it's a little hard. They definitely
wouldn't send your link over, send their link
over. I mean, especially if they make music, like, but again, I met some
rough, man.
I met some cool artists that I've linked up with, I got this guy named After Drew. What's up? He from Alabama. Shout out to After Drew. He's real cool. I met him at a Making It Mag. Shout out to Making It Mag. I met him at a Making It Mag event when TK came out, and we've been cool ever since. He comes down and he hit me up. We try to link up if our schedules permit. Try to link up and go to each other's shows. So it is sometimes, people that actually gel together. Like say, for the most part, it's like where the fans gonna come from. And that just depends on the venue and the event, where you're at, where you're going.
The person throwing it has to have their shit together too.
That too.
Because I done seen some bad ones before.
Yeah, what about it?
Like real bad. Just poor planning. You can tell they had a really good idea, but the planning was just poor. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, one time I went to Tampa, Florida. And I don't know what made me even go in there, but I was at this bar this little weird ass bar too. They had like all vintage video games all around the bar. And, like it was like the weirdest people on the face of the earth was in this bar, and they was in there just playing.
Florida people weird.
Yeah, I'm talking about like just different group of people. Like it was some hood niggas in there, it was some gothic people in there, it was some skaters in there, it was some like some frat boys in there.
Yeah.
It was just that shit was weird as hell. That was the weirdest shit I've ever seen in my life. But I'm in that bar or whatever, and right next door I seen this big ass sign. It said amateur competition, and I was like, I wonder what this is. So I walked in there. I paid and everything. I was like, I want to see what the hell this is.
Yeah.
And it was like a little independent artist showcase.
Okay.
And it was cool as hell. Like, it wasn't a lot of people in there, but it was a couple people in there. It was like 40 to 50 people in there. Okay. Nice little crowd, nice ass stage, just well put together. And I was like, damn, if every city had some shit like this would be straight. And then the talent was decent too. You can tell they actually picked decent talent. Okay. They didn't just let anybody go. They picked decent talent. The talent probably had to pay. I don't know. I don't know the inside workings of it, but this is pretty cool. Then I actually went to a show. I ain't gonna say whose show, but I went to a show like right after that. It might have been like 2 weeks after that. Yeah. And it was horrible. Like it wasn't
their
put together
show
well.
or the
Not a show in Georgia. It was in Atlanta. Okay. And it wasn't put together well. It was too many people in there. Not everybody could go on stage. Didn't no one come out. I was just like, it was like night and day. I was like, so it really like, okay, especially you're an artist. Mm-hmm. I could only imagine how it would feel if someone's like, hey, you can perform for $100. And like you go to the performance and it's nothing what they told you was going to be, and it's all their fault. Like you literally showed up one time like ready. Yeah. How do you deal with that though? That shit got to be stressful.
I mean, I just roll with the punches. As long as I get, what I feel like I need to get, I'm cool. But it's been times where, that I've been to a show, they told me I'm going to go on at this time. I got book me a, somebody like you to come videotape my performance. And you tell me a time, and I don't go on until like 2 hours later or almost last. Yeah. And I got to so I'm having to pay the motherfucker extra just for, staying and rocking with me and actually still feminine and being, professional, didn't, get an attitude or nothing. They just still, I was like, okay, thank you, God. Because I'm like, yo,
trust me,
they
that's
told
rough.
Me this time.
That's rough being a videographer too, because I haven't had that experience
he
with.
He might have had something to do or something, but he's, I'm just like, yo.
The experience I had with that is I had a couple friends that I shot for free. And they'll be like supposed to perform at like 10:30 and they don't go till like 1:30. And I hate being in the fucking club all night. Yo, the longest I'm staying in the club is 1 hour.
And I'm an artist. I don't want to be in the club like that.
I don't blame you. I got 1 hour in me. For 1 hour, I'll drink the whole 1 hour. After that, I gotta go. Bruh. We ain't gotta go home, but we gotta go somewhere else.
That same show that I'm talking about, I ended up getting a little tipsy because I was drinking so low because it was so low. I told me I was going to go on a little early. I ain't going to like 12 or 1 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, I'm up here. One of the shows was like somewhere else. It was in Georgia. I ain't going to say where. But, and it's like, come on, man, you told me this time. That's why I accepted it because, I know I stay, whatever. I'm calculating it. I'm doing it. I was probably picked this time. You going to wait till this. Man, I gotta drive all the way back to Atlanta. I had to get up, get ready for work. I got, again, I got school. I got a lot of stuff. I be on a set schedule. You know what I'm saying? And I have, I be having to make time for, like you say, time management. I be having to make time for everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, okay, this bracket, this time frame, I'm doing this. Okay. Mm-hmm. If you miss this, bitch, you got to do it tomorrow. Like, my time is set up just like that because it's like, God damn it, I can't.
Are you a super organized person?
Yes.
Yeah. Is it like OCD?
Yes. That's my phone.
Yeah.
I got folders.
Yeah, folders. That's some crazy shit.
I got folders, y'all.
That's some crazy shit.
I got my music folder, my social media folder, my miscellaneous, my finances. I need to have it. I ain't got time to be.
If things are like too organized and too neat, it drives me fucking crazy. I'm one of those type people.
See, and I'm the opposite.
And matter of fact, if it's too clean, it fucks me up also.
Oh my God, I'm the opposite.
I got a homeboy in Florida. His house is always super clean. And every time I go in there, I feel like this because it's like I'm scared to touch something.
Yeah,
I don't want to like. Yeah. It's like, man.
But I can't.
And we used to be roommates too, and he used to wake up every day. I didn't clean the house one time when we stayed together. He woke up every day at like 7 in the morning, and he was an alcoholic, still is. Shout out you, bro. But he wake up every morning at like 7 in the morning. We was in college, of course, so he'll drink a 40 and clean the whole entire house. I'm talking about the whole entire house. So I woke up every day to a clean ass apartment.
It gotta be clean, man. I can't like even to my phone. Like if it's too many text messages or it's like too many unknown numbers, I like weird shit. Just it's like I need to get it out. Like that. Or like my phone call log. If it's too many, if I gotta keep, I need to clear it out.
I know girls that every time they get a text, they delete it, so they ain't got no text in their phone.
I don't know. It's just it's weird. Even with my emails, like especially my emails, like I have to go through them. If it's talking about I got 100 and something, I'm like, why do I got 100 and something? I have to go through them, and it's just like the neat.
Oh, that shit drives you crazy.
It drives me crazy. I have to get it. I need to get it together. You know what I'm saying? Or if something looks a certain way. And it's like, it's fucking with me. I need to make it look this way. I'll fix it till it looks. I don't know.
All that is a complex mind. I'm not like that though. Like, nah. I'm not saying I'm a dirty person. I'm not a dirty person. I'm far from a dirty person. But like, just super clean. It's like, yeah.
It need to be in order. Somebody told me, I was like, this is the most clean room I've ever been in. It need to be put every.
How deep is it though? Is like, do you have one of them rooms where like you don't like clutter at all, so there's like nothing in it? Or is it like, if you have something in it, it has to be like...
I mean, so it's kind of both. I'm just not going to have shit, like, out of place. Like, my closet is color coordinated. Mm. You know, you got your reds. So, say in the red section, we got red short sleeve, okay? Then
That's
we got
funny.
the red
My closet
long
like
sleeve,
that too.
okay? Then we got the red.
No, not that crazy.
Then we got the red, you know, if it's just a tank top.
So your closet is color coordinated and set up by short shirt, long shirt, tank top.
Or depending on, cause I might have a lot of bluish type, you know, with blue in it type of button down.
I can't
Gotta be
do
put
it.
together. See, in my brain and in my thinking, I organize stuff because it makes me more efficient.
Yeah.
It makes it quicker.
It is easier. Like, I don't know if you look around where we at right now. This is a little cluttered. Like, I don't want my shit this bad, but sometimes it gets that way.
It's not that bad.
If it was neat, it'll be a lot easier. But I had some bad time management this morning. I told you a lot of shit was going on. And, not a lot of shit. I ain't gonna say that, but yeah.
I caught myself running a little late this morning. I was like, oh, you know, I don't like being late.
Oh yeah,
especially on the first. I'm like,
Nah, I meant to tell you, like, you were super early, and that shit shocked the hell out of me. I'm not used to people being early or on time, because I was like, all right, she said 1, so I was like,
probably gonna be here 1:30.
1:30, between 1:30 and 2. My mind was set up 1:30 and 2. I was like, I'm good. That's why I was like, when you pulled up, I was just about to start setting up, because I was like, all right, so I'm gonna make sure I'm set up by 1:15, because I know she's gonna be here at 1:30, 2 o'clock. I'm already been cooled down. I'm gonna be chilling. And then, literally, right when I was getting the lights out my car to bring upstairs to the studio, you pulled up, and I was so shocked. I was just like, "Whoa,
hey, man,
somebody that values someone else's time like I do." Oh, this is weird. And I was having a conversation about time when you pulled up.
Yeah, but
that
you know what?
Crazy.
I don't mind. Like I said, I was like, man, take your time. I'm chilling. I don't really have nothing else really to do today. I wanted to do. That's why I asked you how long it's gonna take, because I wanted to go do something else today. But I'm free this week, so I'll just do it tomorrow. But I don't know, I like those type of things because it gives you time to connect with people too. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You're not just running in. I mean, I ain't no fucking, you know, Beyonce, nobody where I gotta, our time is done, we gotta go. You know, like, let's make these, like, let's get some relationships going, you know? Yeah. I feel the same way. I love to do that. Luckily, I haven't ran into nobody that's been like that yet. Been like what?
Like, you know, have to come in and have to leave type ordeal. Yeah. I haven't ran into that yet. I mean, of course, you know, people have a schedule, so it's like,
and that's okay.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. But I haven't ran into that person that was like, oh, I take that back. I'm lying like hell. I ran into one person.
They probably had
one person. I'm not gonna say his name, but one person I ran into. We were supposed to do an interview, and he had a case going on.
Oh.
Crazy thing about it, I wasn't even about to say shit to him about that case.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about it, of course,
mm-hmm.
but I wasn't gonna say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
He called me. We were supposed to do the interview or whatever, and I don't know. Just we had some miscommunication or whatever, and he just sent me this long ass text snapping, kind of like I'm the artist and woody woody woo. And I was like, oh, he thinks he's important. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, this is crazy. And all I sent back was okay.
That's me. All right.
That shit was crazy.
Okay. Or I'm like, whatever. I sent somebody a text the other day. I was like, okay, whatever. I ain't got, because I'm not finna answer all that. I'm not finna indulge in it.
Yeah. Me neither.
So,
yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a super professional person. Like, I'm all about being professional. I'm not with all that. I'm definitely not about to go back and forth with nobody that I'm supposed to be working with. Like, if we disagree on something, we just disagree. It's fine. Like, especially like if I ask you about doing an interview or something and you don't like how I'm setting up the interview and you don't want to do it anymore, that's fine. I'm not mad at you. I understand. You have a certain image that you want to uphold. I get it.
Oh.
You know how it goes with music. Everybody has their images, and it's like me. I'm a relaxed person. I want to get the real you.
Yeah.
They don't want the real them out there. They want to be, they want to be what was it called? CB4.
What's that?
The Chris Rock and that Chris Rock movie. They were CB4. They were the rappers. It was based off like NWA.
Oh, I ain't never seen. No, I don't know that one.
I think that's what it was called. That goofy ass movie. But anyway, they basically was like, just some regular lame ass niggas, and they got them went out their way to try to be these gangsta ass rappers like NWA. I get that vibe from a lot of people that do music. A lot. When I mean a lot, I'm talking about like 85%. Yeah.
Like a thug vibe?
Yeah, like they trying hard though. Like it's over the top. Like it's not really them. It's rare for me to meet someone that does music that's genuinely them. Rare. That's why when I first started doing this, I had told my homeboy, I was like, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I don't think I'm gonna do interviews no more. I was like, this shit's aggravating. I was like, I don't like talking to these niggas. These niggas, first off, they dumb. Second off, it's just like, bruh, this over the top trying to be gangster shit. Like, why you can't just be yourself? Cause ain't nobody gangster 24/7. You got a mama, you got kids. Like, come on. Like, you can't even laugh. Like, I crack a joke. Oh, I'll never forget one time I did a podcast, and I was joking the whole time, and I was drunk as fuck.
Oh, you was probably on one.
Yeah. Nah, like, I wasn't even saying no crazy shit. I just was joking or whatever. Yeah. And Buddy was just looking at me the whole time, like. Hey, and I was like, damn, nigga, you can't take a joke. You know what I'm saying? That shit crazy, though.
Dang. Yeah, I hear that all the time about, people just like being extra, like you said, being extra. Like you don't gotta be all of that, man. Just be like, calm down. What are you doing? Like
it ain't even. Come on, now.
Like you ain't got.
The point of an interview is for the people that listen to your music to get to know you.
Exactly.
That's the purpose.
Right. So why are you trying to put on? But then, like you say, maybe they have to because they already portraying that little cap shit already in their music and their their image. Yeah. So they have to kind of, I guess, stick to it and then what they say, if you lie, you gotta keep the lie going.
Gotta keep the lie going. That shit's annoying though, because you could just be yourself.
I don't know how to know. I don't be no other way than myself. I can't. It just comes out. It don't. I can't even be. It just come out. So.
I seen you had personality when I clicked on your live though. That shit was funny too, because that was my first time seeing you on my timeline. And like when I was scrolling, I seen it looked like you was rain. I was like, okay, this looks like something interesting. I clicked it, and you was just chilling or whatever. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I engaged because you was like, man, y'all, chop with me. Engaged, and I forgot what we was talking about at first though. It went. I forgot. You was talking about something that had happened. It was something real light. Something that had happened. It wasn't about boating. It was something. I screen recorded it too.
I know you did.
How you know?
I know you, man. I don't even know you, but I know you, right?
Nah, this is why I screen recorded it. Because I just had a feeling like first time I said something to you on the live, one of my homeboys that knows you, he was like, bro, you better leave her alone. She gonna snap on you. I was like, man, I ain't even do nothing. And he was like, he was like, you know her? I was like, nah. I was like, I'm just on here talking. And he was like, all right, now you better leave that girl alone.
I don't
like,
bother nobody, man.
That's
so
what
when I feel like I'm getting, bothered with.
Oh no, I wasn't. I was just playing with you. I wasn't even got them on no crazy shit.
And that's, again, we had.
I was serious about the rape culture shit though.
I know.
Yeah, I was dead serious. But
that's why I was.
The rest of the shit I was just playing.
That's why it was bothering me. But again, you have to. Again, that's like I don't be doing that topic shit really. And because like I say, it's like a battlefield, man. You gotta tread lightly. So
live is weird too because it's like I'm typing and you're talking.
And so, and a lot of stuff was miscommunicated because, you see what I'm saying?
You don't get to see my facial expressions or how I feel about something, and I get to, look at you.
That too, but also, I know for me, it was more so of a lag, the lag. So,
oh, yeah.
It's like it's like you might say something and I said something, but if I would have seen it before I just said this other thing, it wouldn't, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but I didn't, because you don't see the comments right as they come in, you have to wait till it load up.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just a learning process for me. I'm a really chill person, but I don't like to be fucked with.
Yeah.
Cause I'm down to earth and real cool, chill, good person, all that shit. I don't like to be fucked with though. I don't like to be messed with. So
a lot of people like that trolling shit though.
They do.
I only troll people I know though.
That was a learning. That's to say that was a learning process for me going forward though. See what I'm saying? Because that ain't gonna happen again. So because I don't want it to. Because I might not have this opportunity where we can sit down with another person. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then they might. I don't care what people think about me, but at the same time, I don't want you to have any ill notions, ill-conceived notions about me as well, or make me out to be anything that I'm not. If I can stand it, like if I can help it.
Yeah.
So I want to try to avoid anything going forward as far as that. Because with the internet, it could be one thing and that's stuck. To you know what I'm saying? And not that's and that's just in life too though. Just in a situation, something can happen and that's stuck on you.
I think that's really because people's attention spans fucking suck and it's getting worse and worse and worse as we get older.
Mine is getting worse too. Like I noticed it. I'm like,
I'm noticing that too.
I'm like, they got me because it's like because I'm like, man, I want it quick, and I'm like, they done got me.
Yeah.
They done put this stuff on me. I want everything quick now. Like
I noticed that about myself too.
It's kind of bad
because
right
I used
now.
to be able to like sit down and I'll read a book in like 2 days. I'll wake up like 5 a.m. I'll read it for like 2 hours. I'll wake up the next day. I'll read it for like 2 hours. I'm done with the book. Now it's like I'm reading 10 pages a day and shit. I'm like, damn. I'm turning on podcasts and I'm only listening to 15 minutes at a time. Like my attention span sucks. That's why I couldn't imagine being an artist. I don't see how y'all do it. Like,
in what aspect? What you mean, like?
Y'all will put a song out literally tonight, and people will be done with it in the morning.
Yep. Somebody was saying that on social media. They was like, work your one single.
Oh, that shit don't work nowadays.
And it's like, okay. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you work this one single, but then it's like, I gotta have, because my thing is, okay, you working this one single, but you have to put out more music though. So am I working this one single and I don't really promote these other songs I have to put out, or like? So I don't know. I
would never give someone that advice. I would more so say content is key.
Yeah.
So put out what you put out, but also space it out. I think, especially nowadays, it's a weird topic, and I've been studying this shit like a motherfucker, like social media marketing and all that. It's this weird thing where it's like you want to put out as much stuff as you can with leaving a gap between, and it's like it's so many question marks and gray areas in that though.
You gotta find the balance of that, and see, even in my little my movement for this year with me pushing my music, I had it set up. I planned it out. I set it up the way I wanted it, and I should have did it that way. Mm-hmm. But once I started, things started rolling. One of my good friends, she came aboard a little bit. She brought one of her friends, Katrina. Shout out to Katrina. She brought him on board, and it was like, okay. I think you need an EP. And I'm like, well, okay, I'm open to that. Let's do an EP. But because of the video shit that didn't happen, because I was supposed to have a video out right now. I'm supposed to be putting out my second video right now. Mm-hmm. So with that happening, I should have kind of just stuck to just putting it out in the space time like how I had it. It was a perfect timing. It was perfect. How I had it, it was perfect. And
that's why I don't like being over organized.
I should have stuck
because I know that shit feels like your world is crashing down when you have everything mapped out and then
sometimes
you get a monkey wrench in it.
Sometimes it can. It depends on the situation, what's going on. Like if, like this situation, I'm not like, you know.
Yeah.
But I am like, damn, I should have.
I could have planned some more.
I should have, you know. But shit happens, and I'm a firm believer in everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
But those things happen for a reason depending on your decisions and the actions that you make too.
Correct.
So, you know, but yeah, it's that you have to find that balance of putting them out and keeping shit relevant, but still seeming consistent.
Keep people attention.
That I struggle with that because I'm not really I'm a loner. I'm a introvert. I'm a people person. I'm really good with people, but I'm an introvert. I don't really like being around a lot of people. I don't really like being on social media at all. So it's with me at the space that I am, the level that I am. I need to be on social media like kind of often, very constant.
It's hard to stay consistent on there though.
But my thing is like, I'm like, okay, I need to, like, I don't know, I just, it's weird to me.
I'm relating to you right now because I'm an introvert also, so I know how hard it is to stay consistent on social media.
You gotta take all these pictures and you need to post something and it's like,
picture shit. And then now it's getting even tougher for me now because I take pictures now.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't want people taking pictures of me now.
Yeah.
So it's weird as hell. Like, I took pictures all day yesterday and my homeboy took like 2 pictures of me and I was like I started feeling weird, like, I was like, just send it to me, bro. Just send it to me. Fuck it.
And then another thing too. I actually be doing a lot of shit, but I be in the moment.
In the moment, yeah.
I be in the moment. But it's like, damn it, I should have took some pictures because then I could have had this and I could have posted this shit. But I be in the moment. I be like really focused.
I'm the same way. I do
enjoying it and really feeling it and doing it, and it's like, man, anybody got time to be. Then, like I say, I don't really have, unless I like book somebody to come do it, it's just really me. So, what I'm be doing, just sitting here, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Trust me, I know.
Keep doing this.
I blog and everything, and it's like, it'll be the craziest thing that happen, and then as soon as it get done happening, I'll be like, damn, I should have recorded that shit for my vlog. And it's like, it happened already. Just like, I'm here recording somebody's vlog right now, and some funny ass shit happened yesterday.
Didn't catch it.
I didn't get it. And it was funny as hell. I wish I caught it. These stupid ass niggas, the car was running hot. They opened the hood. They told me, they was like, yeah, we ain't gonna open the radiator cap. I know it's hot or whatever. I was like, all right. Y'all boys don't open that radiator cap. Boom.
Okay.
I went by my business. I'm sitting in the car. I'm letting them do what they do. Next thing I know, I'm playing the game on my phone. I just so happen to look up. Radiator cap goes flying in the sky, radiator fluid everywhere.
What?
It's a taxi beside us, and it's somebody in the back seat. Radiator fluid gets all over him. He's mad as hell. It's this old rich white man. He's mad as hell. And I didn't get none of that shit.
Y'all probably all caught it words.
What? It was a Middle Eastern guy driving. He was just laughing. He's like, you guys chill. You gotta let it cool off. I missed it though, man. Good moment. I missed it.
It be like that. It be like that. But yeah, man.
I got some good shit coming though. I'm tripping. I start thinking about all kind of shit. But yeah, what you got coming next though? Because I know I've been holding you all goddamn day.
You good, man. I'm actually enjoying this. So as far as music is concerned, I have another single called No Mai Tai, like the drink.
Mm-hmm.
Very dope. Can't wait to put it out. It's a little different vibe. It's still singy. I'm on my singing wave right now, so it's real singy. That'll probably drop. What is this? June. That'll probably drop next month. I'm supposed to be releasing my EP, Free Souls, in August, but that possibly can be pushed back depending on when I put out No Mai Tai.
You doing any visuals for the EP?
We talked about it. I was.
Yeah.
I am. I just have to find the right. You heard of garden? What is it? Damn it! It's the. Have you? Fuck. What is it? Shit, I don't know the name. Something garden group or something.
They shoot videos?
Yeah.
Nah, I haven't heard of them.
I'm going to link up with them. I know about them through my lawyer and through one of his clients.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna link up with them, see if they can. I'm gonna pitch my idea that we talked about. See what happens with that. If not, I might have to resort to just doing a video per. Not do the whole trilogy thing and actually just do a video per the song. But still, even if that was the case, I still wanted to be a certain type of way. So it's just me really finding the right people with my budget. I actually have a decent budget. It's just if they can actually deliver. Mm-hmm. Because I'm not looking for the regular, just performance shots and you doing it and fucking coming from the bottom in your shoes and shit. I don't want that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So,
talked about that.
I definitely, so to answer your question, is I'm definitely going to shoot some videos for it. I plan on shooting 3. We're going to see. So, yeah, Free Souls is coming out sometime this year. Maybe August, so y'all stay tuned for that. Just work with me with that. Stay with me with that. Now, as far as, I got some shows coming. I got a show on Saturday. It is the Colors Art Show. It's off of Marietta Boulevard. I got a show on the 9th with More Dope Music. Shout out to them. Down at the Music Room. That's on July 9th. That's a Tuesday. I got a show with Blazing the Mic. That's in Augusta. My homie Jay.
Where's it at?
Blazing the Mic. I don't know where she having it. I would assume it might be at Underground Joe's. I'm not sure.
Okay. Underground Joe's pretty straight too.
I like it. I like the vibe. I
was thinking about that at the event I went to the other night. Yeah, because it's just like Underground Joe's.
I did a open mic down there one time, and I just liked it. I don't know, and they really liked me too. So I'm like, yeah, okay, I like this place.
Yeah.
But that's with Nakia J. Y'all hit her up if y'all want to perform. Blazing the Mic. I don't know if she's still accepting people. That's on the 14th, I think, 17th. And then I have Culture Fest with Libra. You know what Libra is. Mm-hmm. I got the Culture Fest. I think that's the next weekend. I think that might be the 27th of August. So that's all my shows and everything I got going up until August.
Yeah, you got a lot. You got a lot coming up now.
I'm trying to get more. About 3 more people hit me back, I'm probably gonna have about 3 more shows. I'm trying to get another one for July.
Keep working. That's how you turn that dream to reality. I'm right there with you. I love seeing a good drive. I mean,
shit. When I pray, I ask God, I'm like, just give me the opportunities. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
and you'll do the rest.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just give me the opportunities and I'll do my thing, just make a way for me. So, and he's been giving me opportunities. Like I was telling you about that one venue that wasn't really trying to work with me, but I got a bunch. And it's funny because when I was asking them about it, I didn't have no shows booked. Like I had I think maybe 1, and now I got 5. So that goes to show you, just keep doing what you
stay consistent, never give up.
Saying? It don't matter.
I've been hearing that theme a lot this week. Since I've been in Atlanta this week, everybody's been screaming, "Don't give up, no matter what. Don't give up," and that's been sticking with me.
My word for this year is sacrifice. I've been having to do a lot of fucking sacrifices. This year,
trust me,
man,
I feel you.
Good God, I've been having to do some for real sacrificing, man. Seriously.
I feel
you. Livelihood sacrificing to try to.
Oh, me too. That's why I feel you.
To really buy really buy into yourself and buy into your dreams. Because people invest in yourself. Motherfuckers invest in themselves to the point where they almost homeless. Like you know what I'm saying? They ain't going in.
I'm here. Trust me, I know.
I hate when people say serious artists. Serious artists,
everybody's serious, but some people have better plans than other people.
I hate when they say
I know what they mean by serious artists.
I know what they mean, but I hate it.
Everyone is serious, though.
It's like the toxic word for you.
Yeah.
I just hate when they do that whole, only serious artists.
I feel you.
People are serious, but It's like you.
They just if you're not in something like this, you don't know what it takes, and you don't know what these people go through. They don't get it. Like this isn't going to work from 9 to 5 at IBM. This isn't that. This is something totally different.
You got to do 9 to 5 work plus extra. Like you have to really, when you're doing this entrepreneur, because music is basically, entrepreneur. When you're doing anything entrepreneur like, you have to like put in extra. Like you have to go super hard.
I know. I'm a businessman, so I know what it takes to run a business.
So, but yeah, I'm doing my thing. I'm trying to cultivate me a team, people that's gonna buy in. To what I'm selling, what I want, what I'm doing for my movement, but more so I want people that are just really dedicated. Because I feel like if you're dedicated, all the rest of that stuff will kind of come with it.
It will.
You know what I mean? Just because if you're dedicated, for the most part, loyal to it.
And if
you're dedicated, you know what I mean? Like all that stuff is kind of gonna come into it because you're dedicated to it, to the purpose. So all that other stuff is gonna just fall in place. So I'm just looking for some dedicated people to come on board and buy into what I'm doing. And I have a few people that are. We're just gonna keep rocking, keep moving.
I also know the name of the game is consistency too.
Yeah.
So long as you stay consistent, don't give up.
That
it works.
That consistency thing is hard. I think that's the hardest one. I think that and will. Will, nobody can give you will. You know what I'm saying? I think consistency goes hand in hand with the will. Because if you don't, for instance, you have to just go hand in hand with the sacrifice. When you have your will, like, can't nobody give you will. Will comes from you. So if you're being consistent, that's your willpower of keep going. You know what I'm saying? That's you putting your willpower into effect. And you just keep grinding, you keep moving, and you keep going. So I just know I just gotta keep my will up. Keep my ambition like I have it, my work ethic, my optimism. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, you gotta be optimistic in this thing.
That's true.
The moment you stop believing, I mean, you're gonna fall apart.
And the only person that's gonna believe in you like you do is you.
That's the only person that's going to believe in it wholeheartedly. Of course, you want people that's going to, kind of match that. And you probably will get people that kind of match it. But,
timing.
But for the most part, you know what I'm saying, you have to take that responsibility on your own. And really, Kawhi, I don't know if you've seen, I've been looking at a lot of his interviews since he won. And he was like, I just trusted myself. He said, for instance, he sat out because he had a real bad injury. They wanted him to come back. He like, no, I need to sit out. Excuse me. So he basically was like, I trusted myself. I trusted my decision. I trusted my process. And Melvin came out a champion. You know what I'm saying? Basically, like,
shout out Kawhi.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people was like, no,
that's
you need to do this.
That's a good story, too. His comeback story
you know what I mean? Like, you need to know you could be playing, or you ain't playing because you hurt. You don't want to play, or all this stuff is going on, and it's really like, nah, man, like, I'm hurt. I feel like the safest thing for me to do is kind of sit out till I heal all the way.
He bet on himself, too.
You know what I'm saying? And he bet on himself. He believed in himself. He trusted his self. That's what he says. He's like, I trusted myself and my decision and my process. So that's what I'm kind of doing and going forward with my shit. It's just trusting myself.
It's gonna work out.
I know it's gonna work out. I have a story that is very unique. When
it's all said and done, you gotta let me shoot
it. What you mean shoot what?
Shoot the story.
Oh, shoot.
Talk about the whole journey. Yeah.
Look, we can. I mean, she said something. Yeah.
Dot coming soon.
For real, like because I just have a different, unique type of story. I mean, I can speak from the perspective of rape. I can speak from the perspective of molestation. I can speak from the perspective of a domestic violence victim. I can speak from the perspective of giving them domestic violence with the females. That's not, we're not laughing about that. That's not cool. I can speak from...
Nah, it was just funny how you said it.
Yeah, I know. But I can speak from the perspective of being a foster kid, being an orphan, really. I can speak from my mom died of AIDS. My brother did last year. He was born with it. I can speak from so many different perspectives. I feel like I've been through a lot, and I have a certain story that I just don't think God took me through these things and continue to take me on my journey for it not to help somebody.
Oh, that's deep.
So it has to. I can't be going through this with it because then in my brain it would feel like for nothing. What am I going through this for? For me? For why? For what? You know what I mean? You can't be making me go through all this or going through that in the past or going through what I'm going through now in the current and whatever has for me in the future, and that's not supposed to help somebody. I motivate and inspire people. Those are not my words. That's the words from the people. They tell me that. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, to the point where one of my good friends told me when I put out my first EP in 2016, Passionate Tribe, go get that SoundCloud. She said that I inspired her to do music. She don't make music. She ain't no rapper or no. I remember hearing her say she would never do it because that's not what she. But she said it inspired her to do it. Uh-huh. Other artists said it inspired them to do like hey man, you done got me motivated me
That's
to get
the
my
thing
pen.
about personal music, though.
You know what I'm saying?
And I can tell when I listen to an artist because when I listen to their music for the first time, I like, oh, this is personal.
Oh, you heard my music?
Yeah,
that's dope.
I listened to it as soon as I followed you on Facebook.
Word. You know, Boosie called Gus his second home or whatever, and he even kind of tests like, it's because people are like, well, it's Augusta. Man, just because you live in, the suburbs or wherever, you don't even know what the fuck is going on, don't mean.
Nah, you know the crazy thing? Most people from anywhere have never left their town. Mm-hmm. So they don't understand what the hell goes on anywhere. So they're always saying, well, Augusta this, Augusta that. You don't know nothing to compare it to, though. Because everywhere I ever lived, everybody does that same thing. Yeah. Like, I stayed in this little real country town in Kentucky called Radcliffe. Oh. They were the same way. Yeah. They was Radcliffe this, Radcliffe that. And I used to be telling them, like, y'all don't ever think it's y'all? Because I done lived a lot of places, and trust me, it's y'all.
Yeah, man.
And that's why, like, when people be like, well, Augusta's small, well, I done lived some real small places. Yeah. So I know that, like, Augusta is actually a really good place. Yeah. They just, they don't know nothing else.
It's a good place.
But it also can be a bad place though. So just like any other place.
Just what people have to understand, that this man, it was two Brooklyn females from Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. And I'm not boasting on this or nothing like that, but I beat both of them up. Nah, like they, bitch, I'm from Brooklyn and all this. Yeah. I'm finna give you this country ass. And just brought that up to say, like, they be from certain places and they be like, well, Brooklyn or LA.
Why do people have that certain, like, when they hear something like you just said, like a LA or like a Compton, they think like of this real rough place.
I bleed like you bleed. Yeah. Okay?
Nah. That's what I tell people. It don't matter where the hell you from.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, they, my mama's grave. That one of the girls said, because we ended up conversing, because we was cool at first or whatever. Mm-hmm. We ended up conversing after a while, and she was like, you're just more violent than me.
Violent? I thought you was from Brooklyn. Ain't that
okay, yeah. We from little Podunk, Augusta, don't nothing happen, it ain't no drugs or nothing, we just, okay. Yeah, you done got your little country ass whooping, and now I'm violent. I'm more violent. Like, but you from Brooklyn, you told me you beat bitches bigger than me. That's what you said. So, but people just saying, I said that to say, I'm not condoning, violence, whatever. But just saying that to say, like, people be from different places and swear, hey, I'm from this place. You can't, people bleed the same blood you bleed, man. Anybody can, you know what I'm saying? They can, you'll meet your match. People gotta stop doing that. Thinking just because you're from a certain area that, you know what I'm saying,
I told you, people just closed-minded. They don't know no better. They just ignorant.
That I would suggest you been out the country? Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just went to Mexico last week.
Yeah. How was it?
It was alright. I went to Cancun. Okay. Cancun and Rio.
Okay. How long y'all stayed?
5 days.
Okay. I would suggest people viewing, all the viewers, one time in your life you have to go outside of the United States and visit a different culture.
Oh, I stayed in Germany for 6 years though.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care what it is. Mm-hmm. Just go. Go outside of the country. It could be for a day or two, however, whatever. Just go and experience different, like, it's, I don't know how to describe the feeling that you get, but it's dope to just see how people live, the things they eat, their schedules, how their day works.
Yeah.
Compared to how I
You know the biggest thing someone to learn from going outside the United States?
Yeah.
Is the ideology of black versus white.
Yeah, that too.
Because they don't understand that that's more so of American thing.
I was about to say,
they don't have that in other countries. Another term I hate is colorism. Yeah. But like they do have colorism in other countries, like technically. Mm-hmm. But like as far as like black and white in America, it's not like that in other countries.
It's not.
Like especially in Germany, like they had black Germans. They didn't call them black.
They were Germans.
They were just darker skin. Yeah, they were just Germans. Everyone was German. But you're an American. They can tell like from a mile away you're an American.
In South America, you got white South Africa. You got white South Africans. They're not white. They're South Africans. You know what I mean? They don't. Whereas, like you say, in America, you got one out. Like if you mix with black, you black.
Yeah, we got all these subgroups. All these damn subgroups.
Black, you're black.
They
don't care.
Crazy.
They don't care. So, because I remember when Obama was in office and he got elected. He first got elected. They was trying to like, well, he's not all the way black.
Yeah.
Now y'all want to see he ain't all the way black. But if he was a regular motherfucker, y'all would say you got, you got this brown skin. You're not like Spanish or anything like that. You're black. You got black in you. Okay, you black. They don't.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I would suggest everybody go and go outside of the country at least one time in your life. Get you a passport. Y'all buying all these J's, buying all this other extra shit. Don't Gabbana.
Passport $140.
Look, invest in a passport, man. And them tickets, depending on what time you get them and how you plan, they actually are not that taking trips are not that expensive. Yeah. Depending on when you plan it and how you maneuver it or whatever. But it's not that expensive where you're going. It's not that expensive, so I would really suggest, go outside of the country, man, experience it.
Especially when you think about it, like, if you can get an all-inclusive trip, flight and room, that's like $1,000. You spend $1,000 in like 2 months on fast food. The average American, $1,000.
I mean, we really spend our money on a lot of different other things, but we could be utilizing it for other stuff to contribute to our happiness.
Open your mind up, make you happy, experience different things, because that's the thing about experiences. You're going to have them forever.
Ever.
Like you was talking about them shoes. Yeah. Them stupid ass shoes. You're not going to have them dumb ass shoes. They either going to sit in the closet or they going to be gone.
Ooh, man, look, like I said, my little brother passed away last year, and the thing I gained away from that experience was perspective. It forced me to be like silver liners. You know what I'm saying? Because when you think about it, see, when you see death really for real up close and you watch them, when they taking them breath away, it's like, and they don't breathe again, you don't hear nothing else till they going, again, but it's like 5 or 10 minutes later. So when you experiencing that stuff, I mean, it puts so much into perspective, man. It's just like none of this shit really matters. Half this stuff don't really matter. He passed away. All he had left in the world was kids. Mm-hmm. A wallet that was empty. Full IDs, whatever. And a phone. That was it. Clothes, okay. You know what I'm saying? But all that stuff, you can't take none of that with you.
It makes you value other things. Other things that's more important.
Yeah. His spirit, he was in hospice. And, the nurses that were taking care of him, they were like, they was like, he's so handsome self. They call him handsome and stuff. My little baby brother, But they were saying, they were like, yeah, we're just saying how handsome he was. And, they're like, this was so fast. His spirit, I mean, he was sharp. Mm-hmm. His body, you know what I'm saying? His body gave up. His body was done. His body couldn't do it no more. And I'm saying that to say.
How old was he?
25.
Okay.
Saying that to say, you know what I'm saying, take care of yourselves. You know what I'm saying? Love yourself. Take care of yourself. Heal. Get these, like, family bonds and friend bonds and all this stuff. Heal with that stuff. that's why, you know, even with coming into this after the whole like that, it's not like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm appreciative and grateful for the understanding that I have of life at this point. So that's why I say go out and you need to experience it. Life is about experiences. Because again, you can't take none of that stuff with you. So just experience as much as you can. Good, bad, and different. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, you got deep there. You caught me in a trance. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You know.
Nah, yeah, that's some deep shit. I was thinking about all kind of shit. Like, damn. Because we do get caught up into a lot of shit that don't fucking matter. And that comes from us being human and only being able to see out of our own eyes. So we get trapped in that little bubble. That's why you'll have a conversation with someone and it'll be about something that has absolutely nothing to do with them. And they'll just keep saying, when I, and it's like, my nigga, this ain't got shit to do with you.
Look, I'm just, like I say, it really make you think about, like, how shit really works. And, I mean, it got me to the point where before that, I probably had grudges or whatever. But now I love everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Genuinely, I love everybody. Like, I have nothing against, I don't care what you did, or rapists, murderers, you doing foul shit to people, you know, all that. Like, because you have to understand that we are all just people, we're all just humans.
Yeah.
Nobody's perfect. That don't mean that I agree with everything or anything. You know, like, I'm not gonna just tolerate shit. But at the same time, I have a certain level of understanding about how life works and how people are, and to focus on what really matters. You know what I'm saying? Even with being successful, even with music or doing your photography and your videos, like, all of that stuff is tangible. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All that stuff, you know what I'm saying, it shouldn't be dealt with in a sense of, if I don't do it, I'm gonna die, or, you know, like,
yeah.
Because I've been thinking about them, like, okay, if the music don't work, or, you know, just saying, but, you know, what's gonna make me happy? Because I get to the point where sometimes if I don't make music, or there's something going on with music, my stomach hurt, bro. Like, I be sick to my stomach. It's my passion. But I also have to understand that I can't be feeling like that about it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's more important things. So figure out whatever your success is, what you feel like success is, and go for that.
Yeah, everybody's definition is different.
You know what I'm saying?
Excuse me, not definition, but what everybody wants is different.
Yeah. Some people feel like, you know, being successful is, you know, having this, having that, having that. Some people feel like being successful is having a family and just, like, you know, like, so you need to figure out.
Everybody chasing that happiness.
Look,
And
if
happiness
I die 2 seconds from now, I'm at peace.
Yeah.
I'm good. I don't hold no grudges. I ain't mad with nobody. You know, good, bad, and different. We're all humans. We're all still growing and learning. Especially, I'm only 29 and, like, I'm like 50. You know what I'm saying? Thinking about all this stuff. Like, I'm young still. We always still young, so we have a lot of time to keep growing, but you have to grow. You can't just... I just hope everybody strives to be the best them. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm striving to be the best me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Experiences will humble you like that, though. I love that shit.
And don't get into a situation where you're supposed to be humble and don't get humble. Man, look at here.
It can create a monster.
What?
I know some people
God,
like that too.
look, hey. I know some people like that too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker who said I ain't where I'm supposed to be. That same motherfucker. It's like, yo, you being humble right now, but you're not being humble. You still on some fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's look at what God, you know, is doing, and he's trying to open your eyes to something. I mean, you asking questions, listen. Look at what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Be real with yourself. If you ain't gonna be real with nobody, you gotta be real with yourself. You can tell lies to me, whoever else, whoever.
I told you that self-evaluation
Hey.
is hard. Some people don't.
You got... Because it gets to a point where how you gonna grow if you're not willing to be open and have those type of reflects on yourself? Like, how you're gonna be stuck. That's why some people are stuck. They be 50 and still stuck in that little mind or little frame of like when they was like in their 20s and stuff. They be stuck. They ain't allow themselves to grow.
Just like how some people been in prison all their life, so their way of thinking is still a child because they went in there as a child. So when they get out, they're still a child.
Yo, that shit, bro. Like I was still stuck from the demons that I had to deal with and stuff that happened to me in my past. I was still stuck.
Mm-hmm.
People even now they don't. I'm 29. They be like, 29. I have such a young soul because my childhood was taken from me. So I'm still stuck in a sense. This stuff can get deep now. We ain't finna go on this now. Wait a minute.
But yeah, man.
Wait a minute.
It is.
We got look.
We gonna save it for the documentary.
All right.
Go ahead and plug your IG so we can get up out of here.
I thank y'all for tuning in. And going deep with us, being open. Hope y'all was open. You can follow me on everything, all social media, IG, Twitter. Everything is at Jurneetraverse, JURNEE Traverse, TRAVERSE. Some people can't spell it, so there you go.
I'm gonna have it plugged at the bottom though.
At the bottom.
And make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. Every subscription counts.
Hey yo, spread the word, share this link. Let's get some positive vibes out there. This is a witness of something can kind of go a little left on live, but it ended up on the right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In person. So I love everybody. Thank y'all for rocking with us. Again, it's Jurneetraverse, one and only.
Sit down with Slim and we out.
Shit.
That was a good one.